What's going on, guys? Today I want to show you how to list a product on Amazon with no UPC code. You heard that right, no UPC code. There's been so many issues with Amazon error 5665, GS1 barcodes. Should I get those? Should I get, nationwide barcodes? So I wanted to dig in and find you guys a new option to list your products on Amazon. This method is also known by GTIN Exemption. So in this video, I'm going to walk through how to get this exemption, how to apply so you get instant access, and what you need to do if you actually want to use a brand name, and then all the way to how to actually list a product with this method on Amazon. So if you guys are in this bind, if you guys want to know how to do it without a UPC code, this is a perfect video for you. You are not going to want to miss it. For anybody new to this channel, welcome in. My name is Cameron James. Been selling on Amazon FBA for 3 years now. My first year I did $1.3 million in sales back in 2017. That was awesome. I was just in college, working at Chick-fil-A, painting houses. So this has been a life-changing business for me, and I'm just a normal guy, so now I want to share that with everybody else and show how anybody can do this business. So on this channel, I'll go ahead and update you guys on my journey and show you guys anything new I learn about Amazon FBA. So if that interests you, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. I promise I won't disappoint you. Otherwise, let's get right into it. Okay guys, so the first place we're going to start here is on a Seller Central forum. So how to list products that do not have a product ID. So in this case, no UPC and no GTIN. If you guys don't know the difference, is no, you can use these interchangeably, and GTIN is for GS1 barcodes. So why this is so cool is because there's so many people out there right now probably confused. Should I get GS1 barcodes, nationwide barcodes? I don't know what to do. So this is another option presented to you, especially with the Amazon error code 5665 going on. So the first thing we need to know is before you request a GTIN exemption, which you can just, again, this is just a UPC, think of that in your head. And as you know, you need a UPC to register any product on Amazon. So if you want to request UPC exemption, you're going to have to fit these criteria or these scenarios for Amazon to approve you. Well, the first thing here that I see is, for example, private label products or handmade products. So, most of my students, myself included, and most people are doing private label products on Amazon, and people who are listing brand new products are probably doing private label products as well. So we fit this criteria. You want to sell products for which you are manufacturer, brand, or publisher, and you do not have barcodes on your products. So this does fit you. So now we know we can get this exemption. How do we do this? So we have to request for GTIN exemption. So let's just go through this real quick before we do it ourselves. So before you apply, make sure you have one of the following: a product name and a minimum of 2, a maximum of 9 images showing all sides of your product in the packaging of that product. So I'll explain this further as we go on and what that actually means once we apply for exemption. Second, support letter from the brand owner, manufacturer, or publisher that is clear and readable, which includes the name and contact information of the person who has written or issued the letter. A statement that the brand does not provide a GTIN and the reason why, your physical address, phone number, and email address, or website address. So this one's actually optional right here, guys. So we only need one of these. And the one we're going to use is product name and product images. If we can get this, technically you are the brand owner. It's quite a bit of work. You have to make sure it looks professional. They have templates right here if you guys want to try this out, but I have gotten through without this, and I will show you how here in a bit. So once you have your product images or support letter, follow the steps below to apply for GTIN exemption. So we're going to hit this right here. So this is where it gets into the fun stuff, guys, into the nitty gritty here. So we're going to pick our product categories. So how this works is we can apply for exemption for any category and for any brand. So it has to be like that combination. So say we have electronics brand, we name it Go Electronics or something like that, something stupid. Well, we can request exemption for electronics, and then for Go right here, electronics. Let's type that in. So we can apply for this, and if we get approved for this, we can list as many products as we want in the electronics category under Go Electronics. So once we get approval, we're good to go for that brand forever, essentially. So the second thing I want to talk about brand here is you can actually apply for more than one. So if you had another brand here, you just have to supply more product pictures of that brand. You can also do just generic. So this means you have no branding on your photos, no branding on your packaging, your product. These are just generic items you're trying to sell on Amazon. And the difference between doing both of these are, if you had Go Electronics and you want to get going for this brand, is you're going to have to show pictures to Amazon with the name Go Electronics on that product packaging, just like you would if you had a UPC code and you're getting Amazon 5665 error. So know this, guys. But if you want to get past that, you can literally just do generic and you actually don't need anything on the packaging itself. So you're gonna have to do a little bit more work for GoGo Electronics or for any brand name you wanna get, listed with, but you still don't have to have a UPC code here. Second, the generic's awesome because if you're just testing out products, you're just trying to figure this Amazon thing out. You don't wanna pay GS1 $250, plus $50 a year just for testing, or nationwide barcodes. You're not sure if that's going to work or not. So this is a great way just to save some money, get started on Amazon, and then if you want to brand later, you're just going to have to make a new listing and just know that if that generic product worked and I was getting sales with that, imagine what would happen if I branded it, private labeled it, got better margins because I'm buying in bulk, and actually invested in my listing and my brand. So hopefully that makes sense for you guys, the difference between these two options right here. Again, I'll kind of talk about this a little bit more as we go on. But first, I just want to select a category here. I'm actually going to do home and garden. So anything that needs approval, special approval for brands, that still applies here. So home and garden is obviously, still, a very open category. So we just change this to GoGo Home Products, something like that. And we hit check for eligibility. And on the next page here, we can see what kind of went down. So we can see Home and Garden generic brand right here has been approved instantly. So we're now good to go to list products underneath Home and Garden, underneath generic brand, without a UPC code, which is awesome, right? No money spent on nationwide barcodes or GS1 or anything like that. There's just a couple things you need to know when actually listing your product to make this go through smoothly, which I'll show you here in a second. But first, I want to hit what's going on with Home and Garden GoGo Home Products here. So this requires brand approval. So that doesn't mean brand registry or trademark or anything like that. That just means just because of their new rules of what's going on with Amazon right now, I'm not sure how this is going to settle, but it's just something we have to hop through for now until they figure out a good process to do this, or establish that they're going to do this forever. So all we have to do to get approval for this brand is to actually have a product named GoGo Home Products, whether it's a shelving unit. This is a very generic name, obviously. So shelving units with packaging that says GoGo Home Products, or it could be even a garden gnome, right? So the box will say GoGo Home Products Garden Gnome. And for this packaging, you want to take pictures of all sides of this packaging and send it into Amazon using error code 5665 when contacting seller support. The brand name you want to use, which obviously is GoGo Home Products, and then the images of the product and packaging, just like I said there. Just make sure it's permanently affixed, so that means it's just in product packaging form and not just stickers over the box that says GoGo Home Products. Now, once you send this into Amazon, they'll go ahead and approve you for GoGo Home Products, and then you'll have exemption for that brand, which is kind of cool. There's one thing I want to add here. So if you're looking to brand register your product, if you know this brand is going to take off or it's something you're going to do for the long term, I would suggest actually getting a GS1 barcode here. That way everything's set up down the line for you to have success, be able to get a trademark, be able to get a brand registry through Amazon with that trademark and have no hiccups of such. I'm not sure the long-term repercussions of having a GTIN exemption or UPC exemption. I'm guessing you get grandfathered into anything that kind of goes on with Amazon just because they'd have to backlog all the UPC exemptions themselves. But this is a great way to test products. It's a great way to save some money, and it's pretty cool and pretty easy to set up. But we're not done yet, guys. You're going to need to know how to do this. So if we do add product here for generic, once you get approved here, you can do the same thing with GoGo Home Products. We hit add product right here. And then since we're adding a new product not on Amazon, go ahead and click that right there. So now, guys, we have to select the product category. And remember, you have to get the same exact category you got approval for when doing the GTI exemption. And if we go down to, so home and garden's a little weird one because it splits into like home and kitchen and then patio, lawn, and garden. So let's select one of these, farm and ranch. Just make sure you don't go into an actual, let's just type in garden gnome and try that. So I go down here to garden gnome. Don't know if I'm spelling that right. Decorative garden stakes, that looks good to me. Obviously you'd fit your category, whatever your product fits in here. But we can go down here and we can see that these asterisks show what is required for your product to actually list on Amazon. And all of a sudden, this little asterisk is gone for product ID, right? So this is where we select UPC or GTIN, right? So if you do GS1 barcodes, you have the option to click the GTIN or the UPC. They give you both for that, but now we don't have to do that. So product name, we can just type in garden gnome. Then we type in generic for brand name. Then you can type in generic here, or if you do have a manufacturer, you can select that as well. You can do an advanced view as well, to get a little more details of what's going on. And then once you're good there, you can just go right up to offer and obviously just fill out the rest of the information. We'll have a new product here, and your price and all that good stuff. You'll have to fill out the images to actually make it go live, description, keywords, which I have another video on of how to actually fill out all this information and to make sure that you're filling out everything correctly, right? So I'll link that video here up on the screen and put it in the description for you guys if you guys want more details. It's just a full tutorial of how to actually set up this whole listing. I just wanted to show you how to apply for UPC and GTI exemption, how it worked, and what the difference is between generic and an actual brand name, what that'd take to get approved for that, and also what you needed to put just in this circumstance in the product listing itself. That way everything lined up with the GTI exemption for categories and brand name. Again, if you had Go Home products here got approved, this is where you're going to put that right here, of course. But that is it, guys. I hope that was helpful. I hope that gave you another option. I know this stuff can be confusing. I know barcodes are expensive, so I wanted to give you guys another option, another viewpoint of how to get a listing up and running without one of those pesky UPC codes. That is it, guys. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button down below. Also, make sure you guys go check out my Instagram. It's CameronJames.co. I'm starting to post more behind the scenes, stories and photos on Instagram that kind of show how I run this business and kind of the lifestyle around that. But that is it, guys. Make sure you guys check out my other videos here on the screen. I put a lot of effort in them and try to give as much detail as possible. All right, guys, we'll see you on the next one.